This is E-Commerce Uncensored. Brought to you by Fast Forward Unlimited. We're coming to you fully loaded and exposed with all the strategies and techniques for growing your e-commerce business.
Hey everyone, and thank you for joining us again. Another episode of E-Commerce Uncensored. This is episode number 36, and my name is Kevin Manel, and I'm here with Jason Caruso.
What's going on?
A much lesser version of Jason Caruso.
17 pounds.
Very nice, man.
17? 16.
Yeah, that's awesome.
16 pounds in 2 weeks.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. Happy for you.
Sure you are.
On the podcast, I have to be nice to you.
Right.
Anyway, today we're going to be talking about something very important, and actually, as we've learned, that can really make or break a campaign, and that's landing pages. And I know Jason's really passionate about this topic, and he's just gonna lead us off about what he'd like to talk about.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we just learned this. I mean,
Did I say just?
Yeah, you said we just that
Not
we've
just
learned
that we've.
So I guess the context is going to be around paid advertising, right? So we see a lot of people sending their paid advertising to their home pages or maybe the product page, and you know we do that too. Not the home page, but we'll send our paid advertising to a product page, and if it works, we'll leave it. Right, we're all about, like, if something works, is not broke, don't fix it, leave it. But there will come a time where that will stop working, right? Like, doesn't matter how well it's converting. There will be a time where it just stops, and nobody really knows why. It just happens. So what we've seen lately is, and it's pretty interesting because the same offer, the same audience, a different landing page actually has increased conversions. So the conversions were pretty good going to a product page. Then they kind of slowed down. And all we did was introduce a new landing page. And this has happened to us multiple times with many different clients.
Yeah, I mean the same offer too. You're not changing.
Right, you're not changing anything. The only thing you're changing in the ad is what link you're using. So either you're sending them to a product page, or you send them to a landing page. And it's amazing how, like, we're really big on, everybody talks about Facebook advertising and, the right audience, the right offer in front of the right people, and that's important. That's really important. But if you have to work too hard to get people to buy what you're selling, then there's something wrong. So if we have something that's working, we sort of go with it. We sort of run with it, and we try to find other ways to increase the conversions when they start sort of getting worn out. And one of the ways, as we said, is this whole landing page. And there's a reason for that, and we're going to go into that.
Yeah, and I think people, when you create a website and you create product pages, they're created for a reason. They're created for a person to come to your website and kind of browse around, right? So they go to the home page, or they go to one product page, they go to another product page. But when it comes to landing pages, the purpose of a landing page is one specific thing, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, it keeps the person focused on the offer. So when you're buying traffic and you're spending money for people to come to your website or to come to your offer or your landing page or your product page or whatever, you want them to do one thing. Make a decision, yes or no, whether they want the product. And that's it. And that's what a landing page offers over a product page. When you send someone to a product page, there are all these different elements of your website, your footer, your header, your menus. Maybe you're cross-selling some products. There's a lot of distractions on product pages. But on landing pages, you can pretty much tailor everything exactly to what you want. And you can do that somewhat on a product page. As I said, the problem is the distractions of all the other things.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about a person that's going to go to your site and all the distractions they already have in life, if you take them to a product page and they're just, browsing around and they see another offer on the page, another product, or they see your home button or your blog button or your whatever other about us, these things can take them away from the actual product that you're trying to, or the offer that you're trying to get them to do.
Or the action.
The action, right? What did I say? The product? The offer?
Yeah, the offer.
Yeah, you got it. You understood.
Yeah, the action. And, maybe to some of you guys this sounds pretty much like common sense, but, we have clients who come to us and we look at their ads. I mean, we have clients that are going to 404 pages, like
Yeah.
the dead pages,
Yeah.
and going to home pages. So it's just really important to always test. Don't listen to us. Don't take our word for it. Just test it, try it, and you'll see for yourself. But we're always testing. I mean, we'll test a landing page against a product page, against the home page. I mean, you can test these things. We found that the landing page sort of works the best, but you should do it on your own. So removing distractions is really a key benefit to a landing page. Also, the other thing is that like we said, the focus is on the page. You can add all kinds of elements like video or social proof. You can tailor it, as I said, probably 3 or 4 times to whatever you want it to be.
And I think a lot of times the way product pages are set up just by default in a lot of platforms is a lot of the things that you want people to see are kind of hidden behind either tabs, or they have to click on something else, or things like that. When you create a custom landing page for an offer and you get rid of the navigation, you get rid of all the other products around it, and you add social proof, like Jason said, testimonials, all these things, videos that you can just put out there right in front of somebody to see, so they're not going other places. It's right there on the landing page for them to see. Yeah,
and just so that we're not confusing, a landing page, it's interchangeable with a sales page. Sales page tend to be long, these longer form, but landing pages are sort of the same thing. I mean, maybe not exactly, but very, very close to each other. So I don't want to just confuse people. If you heard sales page, it's really the same thing. If you're familiar with sales pages.
Yeah, I mean, there's some landing pages that are called long form sales pages, right? Long form sales pages that kind of are really long, so the user will scroll down and continually see more sales information as they scroll down, videos, testimonials, and
the
stuff
idea
like that.
is to get them to trust you, and that's sort of what happens when they're reading those long form sales letters.
Right, and when you do landing pages, it gives you the ability to, like Jason said, test different things like headlines, different body copy, and stuff like that. When you have a product page, you really can't do that because it's on your website. You can't send traffic to do 2 different product pages. But when you create a landing page, you can kind of split test, try different, even like button text. So things, the call to action buttons that you have can say, instead of add to cart, say, send me this great offer. Things like that.
Different colors. Maybe your audience responds better to purple. Those sort of tests. They're definitely worth trying. I've always felt like if somebody wants it, the color of the button is not going to change anything. But the idea is that with a landing page, it's a controlled environment where you can test anything. And sometimes just saying something here or there, or, that's a good point, because we have a client who deals with a market that they really need to be massaged. And there was like something like on the checkout page and the landing page, I mean, like the encouragement we have to give them, like, this will help you, like all these like weird things that you would never think work. They work.
Yeah, it sounds funny when you put them on paper. You're like, really? Do we really need to say this to somebody? But it actually makes a difference.
And one other thing that I want to mention, because I think it's relevant, is that the same client, we were doing a free plus shipping offer, which worked or works very well with some of our clients, but this free plus shipping offer wasn't working with this other client. So what we did was we upped the price from free plus shipping, which was like $5.95. We upped the price to $24.90 or 95, and more people are buying at the higher price point. So you have to test everything, and the landing page or your landing page gives you the ability to change or customize anything you want without affecting the product page. Oftentimes you'll find that your product page or the price on the product page is going to be higher than your landing pages, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work better.
Yeah, and like Jason said, that gives you so much flexibility to even split test a cost. It seems silly when we did this, to try to give something for free would be like, yeah, of course people are going to take it.
No-brainer, right?
Yeah, it's just exactly. And then when we upped the price to make it more expensive, it was just more successful. So those are things, and we're going to be doing some other split testing to try different prices and different offers.
Right, and increasing the price also made us more profitable because now it can pay for the traffic. But anyway, I don't know. Do we want to talk about who are some of the guys we like out there?
Yeah, I mean, just real quick, we can say it. I mean, just so people understand where they can actually create these landing pages and do A/B split testing. And right now, a big one that we're using is ClickFunnels, which we really like a lot. It makes it really simple, a lot of drag and drop functionality that you can really test really quickly, different offers, different product, different buttons, and it actually gives you also some pre-made templates that help you get started. So ClickFunnels is a really good one to start with, I think.
Yeah, Optimizely is another one. That's a split testing platform which you can build landing pages. Zipify, we use Zipify Pages as well.
That's Shopify specific.
That's Shopify specific, right? MailMunch.
Yeah.
MailMunch is another one that's really good. Now, don't forget, guys, these platforms, you're going to have to figure out how to integrate them into your shopping cart platform. But just wanted to give you guys some ideas of what we're using.
If you're using WordPress, MailMunch, they have a plugin, a free plugin, and a free version that gives you access to a few landing pages that you can use pretty easily. So they're awesome, and a lot of people are using WordPress. So.
Yeah.
Instapage, we've used Instapage in the past.
Instapage is another one. Lead Pages is another one. There's a lot of them out there. We tend to like ClickFunnels, Zipify, and we liked Instapage. Instapage was pretty awesome. You just have to figure out how to integrate it if you're using a shopping cart platform. If you have, we don't even integrate it, actually. I take that back. You can integrate it, but we tend to not integrate them and just leave it separate. You just have to be able to do that. If you're shipping through Amazon, you may not. There's a whole little different combinations that may not allow that to happen. But anyway,
yeah,
I don't want to confuse anything.
We'll link to it. We'll give you more information and link to some of these in our show notes. But I think that pretty much covers it.
That's it.
All right, thank you guys so much again for tuning in to E-Commerce Uncensored.
Oh, don't forget the new website, ecommerceuncensored.com.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
Right.
Please go ahead and check out ecommerceuncensored.com, and we will talk with you guys next time.
Later.